Hi, I'm Dana and we're back again with another body doubling video. For anyone that's new, body doubling videos are ones where I do something like putting my fucking massive pile of laundry away, try not to swear in the first 30 seconds of the video, and chitter chatter a load of bollocks that you don't need to listen to that won't be overly interesting or like, you know, this isn't going to send you down a rabbit hole. This isn't going to be the thing that you get distracted by and sit down to watch instead of doing the thing that you're meant to be doing. So if you've needed a little bit of company to get something done, we can just do the thing together. Because I've needed a reason to do this. I've been putting this off for fucking ages. And it just can't be put off anymore, quite frankly. Because I have, for me, an extremely busy weekend this weekend. And I don't think for most other people it would be that busy of a weekend. I also, we're past the point of the year where I wear my turtlenecks. So I think I'm going to try out just hanging them all on one hanger in a way that'll be like really annoying to get off, but I'm not trying to get them off for the next 4 months, so it'll be fine. So yeah, I have an event on each day, which is fucking massive and insane for me. And to be fair, I can skip out on one of them if I need to, and I think there's a pretty good chance that I will. But I have, so I've been trying very hard to like, obviously a big part of the point of me moving and like being here was that I get to like start over, start fresh, hopefully meet people that are like me. I've been to Yorkshire and been like, oh everyone, ow, people are actually quite friendly. I accidentally peeled a bit off my thumb the other night and that's a bother. But yeah, so it was a big goal to like make friends and actually like have a life here. So I'm in group chats and I'm going to social events and like generally trying to be a person and make connections and meet people that I enjoy being around and that I like. And it's honestly working out quite well for me if I do say so myself. So someone had posted, I never know how much I should share about like real life people in my life in my videos, but there's someone that I've seen about at different events and they're just very interesting. They've got a few different hobbies and we've been to similar events, so like we have similar interests and they just seem really fucking cool. So I was already like, I want to get to know them better. And they posted in one of the group chats that they're doing a like stitch social where you can like crochet and craft, knit, whatever you're doing that's involves a thread of some sort, I suppose. You just sort of sit around a table and all do that, and some people chat and some people don't, and it's a lovely little time. And they're hosting one of them in Wakefield where the AIDS quilt is being hosted, the like AIDS memorial quilt that I've wanted to see for quite a long time because it's quite a massive deal for queer community, and like it's just a whole fucking, I'm not the person to explain things like that, but it's a whole thing. And there's a reason I'm not an education channel, quite frankly, but I've wanted to see it and I was like, I don't think I'm going to get to because I haven't been to Wakefield yet, and the idea of going to Wakefield actually scares me a little bit, and I've really not been doing so well at feeling capable of navigating public transport on my own lately. I've been finding getting around on public transport actually really difficult, even like compared to usual, and I don't usually find it easy. So I was having that whole dilemma, and the person I already thought was quite cool and that I'd like to get to know better posted that they'll be driving to it and there's space in their car. So I am indeed getting a lift and I'm shitting it a bit. The act of getting to the place where I'm supposed to be picked up stresses me the fuck out. Getting there on time stresses me the fuck out. Being in a car and having to socialise with people and be like we're trapped in this metal vehicle and we're trapped for as long as it takes to get to the place, and that is that, there is no out. It all terrifies me a little bit. But like I said, I think they're a really cool person. They seem really interesting. I've enjoyed the conversations that I've already had with them. I don't think it'll be a negative experience of any sort, you know? I think if anything, I might even manage to enjoy myself. It's a wild fucking concept, I know, but it does actually happen every now and again. And I think I mentioned, I don't know, I haven't done one of these for a while, and this is sort of where I give my, life updates, isn't it? But I went wild swimming a little while back, and I was lucky again in that situation. Someone else offered me a lift, but they also met up with us there and went swimming with us, and like they're an easy person to get on with, they're an easy person to be around, they're just trying to have a nice time and be friendly, so it's very easy to do the same and all have a nice time. So I'm looking forward to it. And the other people that have said are going in the car with also like other people that have been to events that I've been to and I'm like aware of them. So I'm not, like, I could be shitting myself much more than I am, essentially, is what we're saying. I wore this shirt, so I actually don't want to hang it up in my wardrobe so it's unworn, but it can obviously be worn again, so I'm going to hang it over on my door. So yeah, I'm a bit scared, I'm a bit nervous, things like that do make me a bit scared, I'm a bit nervous and a bit anxious, and it's a bit of a thing for me, especially because it's, see, that's the thing is, I'm on to like 6 months now of being around people that, in the nicest way possible, don't care that much. You know, like, I'm sure if I needed help and was like, I need you to help me, please help me, I'm sure they would care then. But if I'm being a bit weird and a bit me and just doing my own thing, no one cares, no one cares. So, like, there is a bit of me that's like, I feel trapped because I have to wait until they give me a lift home. But also, it's not that far away, and it's the people that I'm going with. I'm very certain that if I was like, oh, I'm having a bit of a moment and I want to go home now, so I'm going to go and get the train or the bus, they'd just be, oh, I hope you're okay, see you again soon. Like, it wouldn't be a thing. But I just get very anxious and nervous about things and have to do the overthinking to think about the fact that I can do that in those types of situations, because otherwise it just wouldn't strike me that I am actually able to leave. And that's the kind of time where I then like have a meltdown in a car with people I don't know very well or something, because I just don't understand myself or how to accommodate to myself. So we are at least doing better on that front and getting a bit of a handle on that. That's nice, isn't it? Yeah, and then my second event of the weekend is, I've told y'all before about how I've been going to the Silent Book Club, and I love it a lot. I think it's such a fucking genius idea of a way for people to be able to like socialise and meet people else. I mean, I don't want to say similar interests because it's reading, and like you can read a lot of different fucking things obviously, but you know, like we're all gonna have something in common, which is that we like to read. And you don't really have to talk to anyone, but if you want to, it's very easy because everyone's there with a book and you can just say what you read and what you think of it. Like, it just incredibly like low pressure social environment that I really appreciate getting to be a part of. So I go to that every other week when it's on anyway. I do have to miss it sometimes because I go to the Bring Your Own Art thing in Halifax as well, and that sometimes clashes with it. And in fairness, with the times that it's on, I could, if I was anybody else in the world, just fucking do both, but I'm me, so I can't. Like, the times don't clash. I would be able to just get from there to Halifax, but I'd, oh, that would stress me out to no end. I won't be doing that. I also forgot to mention, and actually fully forgot, and that's actually not great of me, but I placed a grocery order right before I started filming, so that I have some level of pressure to actually get on with this, because I'm having a day where I could really procrastinate this and put it off and like not actually do what I'm fucking sat here to do and end up just chattering away. So that means I can eat dinner when I'm done with this, and that's always nice, isn't it? I love having more one meal a day. It's an absolute highlight. Yeah, but this week's book club is going to be in the park, and there's a part of me that's like, so I have to sit somewhere without a backrest. I'm actually not that good at that. But there's a much larger part of me that actually, like, that's the thing, is I don't find it physically comfortable. It does like actively hurt my body and I don't feel great afterwards. But I do enjoy like sitting on a blanket on the grass and reading my book and having a little drink. And I've just made my elderflower cordial so I can take that with me. I might let people in the group chat. Oh, see, I'm not in the Silent Book Club group chat yet because I was going to ask, but then there was a whole thing where they were changing venues, and I was like, I don't want to ask when something's happening in case I look like I'm like searching for the drama. So I need to ask if I can be added to that. So I might, oh, I'm not going to have to. Two of the people that I'm going to the thing with tomorrow also go to the book club, so I might just ask them in person. I was thinking I could say, like, if people want to bring their own glass, I can share my elderflower cordial if anyone wants any, and that could be quite fun. I don't know. See, the thing is, I would honestly to God be a much nicer person if I didn't just get so fucking anxious about things. And like, it's not that I'm anxious, so I'm a cunt, I'm an asshole, I'm a horrible person. But there's a lot of things that I would like to do that I think would be nice to do, and I don't do them because people would pay attention to me and look at me and talk to me, and I don't want that. It's a bit much, isn't it? You're never gonna believe what happened, guys. This never happens to me, does it? We don't do this. I don't run out of memory and have to film on my webcam. I don't have it in me to sort everything out. I've filmed. I'm trying really hard to pre-film because, quite frankly, I've booked myself in for so many things this month, and I don't feel like I'm going to be able to keep up with them all. but they're all things that I'm like, I can't cancel. Like, other than the silent book, which again, like that's the thing that I feel most okay about not going to, because it is just like a very informal free meet up to read a book together for an hour, you know, like it's that's the thing that I'm most fine with not going to, but also the fact that it's in a park, like that's a fun little change up. I do want to go to that. But everything else, I'm very like, I need to go to that. Like, I've booked a ticket, I've put my name down, I've asked people, like, I've done something in the situation that means I feel like I have to show up for it. And sometimes that can be a really positive thing for me, because it means that I show up for the thing. But this month, I counted, I have 11 things on my calendar for the month. That's too many. I can't deal with all of them. Ooh. That's a lot, isn't it? And some of it's not stuff that's like fun stuff that I've chosen to and decided to do as well. Some of it's like a call with Universal Credit. I'm having my fucking house inspection from the people that I rent off. Like, there's a lot of big things. I have to go for my leaving appointment at my dentist in Liverpool, so I have to pay 50 fucking quid for the train back and go back to Liverpool and do it purely for a dentist appointment, go to the dentist and then get back on the train and come home. I'm really not looking forward to that. I'm actually, if anything, really fucking dreading it, and I don't want to do it, but I have to, because otherwise it's going to fuck up all of my fucking dental insurance that I've been paying this entire time. There's a lot of things like that I'm just quite niggled about. And I think that's also like the fact that like there are things that I have to do that I actively don't want to. I have no desire to. I would much rather not do them, but I have to in order to like maintain being an independent fucking adult out in the world. And like, fine, I'll deal with it. But I think part of what my brain's done that's maybe not the smartest is, in order to deal with it, it's been like, well, let's make sure we've got lots of fun things in the calendar too. Let's make sure we've got lots of fun things to go to and people that we like that we'll get to see. And it's like, yeah, well, right, but I'm going to be fucking exhausted from the things that I didn't want to do. And now all of the things that I did want to do just feel like extra demands. And I'm quite stressed and nervous about every single one of them, even though it's all fun things that I actively like intentionally agreed to do in order to try and make myself feel better. It doesn't fucking feel better, does it? I feel very, very stressed and very apprehensive and nervous and anxious about the upcoming month. But I think I'm just going to try and throw myself into it. I don't know what I'm going to do to deal. I'm meant to be folding this fucking t-shirt. I don't know what I'm going to do. I actually need to get my phone so I can see if my order's going to be coming soon. Because I could at least previously see on my laptop screen. But obviously now my laptop screen is showing me my webcam. This is okay, I've got some time, I think. I hope. Oh my god. I don't know what I was talking about now. I'm just having a million and one train of thought. Oh, I also need to get... I have already like directly spoken to the vet. That was a funny burp, I'm sorry. But I have already emailed the vet because Otis is starting to wash again. And he doesn't have any patches yet, but I think I'm going to put him in his onesie tomorrow while I'm out so that he doesn't get any patches. He's in that position where he keeps washing, and normally if I'm like, Otis, he looks at me and he's like, what do you want? And the last like 2 days he's just washing. He doesn't care what I'm doing or saying. Like, he does not give a fuck. He is washing. So I think, I mean, I'm going to have the vet out again. I assume they'll give him another steroid shot, and I'm going to be like, okay, but what is like the long-term thing that I need to do here? Because like, do I just need to have you out every month to give him a steroid shot? Because we can like book that in and make that a part of my routine. I would appreciate that if that's what he needs. Are we trying like steroid tablets again? Because that's what he's just finished, where this has come back from them. So they were working after the steroid shot, but not on their, like, I really appreciate that I have access to a vet and that like they come to my house, and like, I mean, I pay quite a lot of money for it to happen, and I'm very grateful that I have friends that are willing to help me to be able to pay for it to happen as well. Like, it is all, you know, like, I'm doing my best, but also the level to which I don't feel like vets ever fucking like explain anything to me properly. I feel like I'm very consistently like, but what do I do? What do I do? And they're like, oh, you look after him so well, he's so happy, he's so cute. And I'm like, okay, but like, he keeps washing himself until he has patches, and we do these like short-term things, and it just comes back. So like, it's obviously not a short-term thing, so what do I do? Like, so that's stressing me out a bit, because I think I quite often struggle to ask any sort of like very direct question without having some sort of tone and look on my voice that people perceive as me being really aggressive when I do not intend to be. I just deeply don't understand what I'm doing and I'm quite anxious and scared and would really appreciate clarity and being explained properly. And it just doesn't seem to happen. So that scares me, and that's the whole thing that I will also have to deal with. But to be like I said though, like the vet comes out to my house, they give you like a 3 or 4 hour time slot, and then they also message or phone when they're like 10 minutes away, so you can get your pet into a room. Like it really, for the type of like anxiety and the type of autistic person I am, that there is not a better accommodation towards like the vet situation beyond like not having a pet, you know. So like I have that going for me at least. I don't want to fold and put these away because I sewed up the fuck off big rip that was in the ass, and it's open slightly to the side of the original rip, so I'm not sure what to do about that. I think I might need to do like a proper fabric patch or something, but that would include learning things I don't yet know about, and that's quite a lot, isn't it? I'm also quite annoyed at myself because I've already been like I've never been the fucking best at keeping track of time, let's face it. But especially lately, I've been finding it really difficult to keep track of what time it is. And then I've been also having issues with my phone where my phone, like the bid at the top of the screen will say a time that's like 3 hours before the time that it actually is, and it just stays on that time, and it's not until I'm like messaging a friend or like doing something where I need the time that I'm like, that stayed on the same time for the last like I don't know how long because it stayed on the same time, but I know it's been more than a fucking minute and that minute hasn't changed. And that's when I realised that I'm actually living in the reality of hours and hours later than I thought I was living in, and it's actually really stressful. I don't know what my point was there. I don't know what my point was. I don't know why I was telling you that. Oh, yeah, I don't know. I'm sure I had a point. Oh yeah, that was my point. And especially, I've got some really fun artsy I've got some really fun personal art projects lately that I'm really enjoying working on, and that you will eventually see. But it means that like today, I'd already like done a little bit, and I was like, oh, I can just before I go and do this other thing, I'll just sit down and do a wee touch more on it, and it'll only take me a minute, and I'll just get it done. It'll be lovely. And then I realised that there were loads of messages on my phone in a group chat that I'm in, and I was like, how's there been so many? What are they talking about? This conversation is like happening. And it had been happening a little bit, but that was like 2 hours ago, and I've just like I very genuinely intended to spend like 2 minutes painting, and had in fact spent 2 hours painting and just lost 2 hours where I intended to be doing this. Quite frankly, this should have been done quite a bit ago, and I'm annoyed that it isn't, and I have literally nobody in the world to blame but myself. We can go back to my struggles with public transport because it's scaring me a bit, because I just, when I'm going and doing my own little things that I enjoy, I just do it on the day that I feel like it, you know? Like, I'm sure some of my friends must get like a little bit sick of hearing about things sometimes, because I will talk about the places that I'm going to go to for like a month or two sometimes before I actually go to them, even though they're like, some of them are within walking distance, some of them are just a big walk, because I just have to wait for the day that I feel able to like cope with it, whether that be going for a big walk, whether that's getting public transport, whatever it is. I just have to sort of sit around and wait for the day that I'm like, yeah, that feels right now, I'm going to do that. And that's for the most part pretty alright, but I've increasingly been finding events that I want to go to, and some of them are free as well, which is always fucking great for me, because a lot of things I just flat out can't afford. And none of them are that far away, but like the other day I went on a foraging walk and it was brilliant. It's given me much more confidence to like forage things and to feel like not necessarily that I know what I can eat, but I feel like I know what I can't eat, which is a really good start to like not die or have tummy issues. So I went on a foraging walk and it was lovely, and I really enjoyed it, and I thought it was like a proper solid fair price of £25 to like have someone who's, I think they're about to graduate from like their like medicinal herbalist. They're a herbalist and they're really cool and they're very knowledgeable, and I'd already had the one of the workshops with them at and this the birthday week, so I was like, yeah, I know that I like this person, I know that I enjoy the way that they teach, like I'm gonna go on this fun little herb walk. So I didn't even have the anxiety of like not knowing, like not that I'm like, I know this person, I went on one whole workshop, but you know, like it's a familiar person that I'm not like terrified of because I've met them before. I know that like I get their vibe and they're not the type of person to scare me, the type of person I'd usually be friends with. So it just, I wasn't, oh my god, we don't hang up t-shirts. I didn't even think that I was that anxious about it. And then I got to the morning of, and I was fucking terrified. And I very honestly think that I was more scared of the public transport aspect than I was of like the actual like socializing, showing up. Hi, I'm Dana. I'm doing this thing with you. We're in a group now. Like I was very genuinely more scared of just having to get on the fucking bus than I was of that. And it's been a good long while since I've had any like poor or negative or uncomfortable experiences on buses, you know? Like a lot of times when I was in Liverpool, I'd be like, oh yeah, I'm scared of getting on trains at the minute because last time I was on a train, some man just grabbed my thigh and started trying to feel me up and it was horrible. You know, like I've had those times where I've been like, I have this trauma, now I have this issue. And nothing's happened. Like I was really enjoying my little bus journeys and then all of a sudden they absolutely terrify me until the moment I'm on the bus. And once I'm on the bus, I'm fine. Once I'm on the bus, once I'm doing it, once it's happening, I'm absolutely fine. But when I was going on my little fucking foraging walk, I was so nervous and anxious and just fucking terrified that it took me too long to get ready. So if I'd gotten the bus, I would have been late. And I was like, I'd rather not go at all than be late, to be honest with you. So I spent £25 to get a fucking taxi and Uber there. And I was like, it's fine. We've now paid £50 for this fucking day that was meant to be like a pretty cheap thing so I can learn how to forage a bit. But like we've now paid 50 quid for it and that's all right. It's, you know, we'll live, it will survive. I can just about afford it. And then the foraging walk finished up at the train station and I was like, that's perfect because I'm at the train station. I don't even have to go off and try and find it on my own. Like my clothes have been here so long that Osa's toys have gotten all fucking enmeshed in them. And I went and looked at the little like board that tells you about the leaving and departing trains. And I stood there watching it because I was waiting for it to tell you like which stations it calls at because obviously I'm not going directly to Leeds or Manchester and they're the only trains that are there. And it just didn't happen. And I was like, okay, if the board isn't going to tell me, obviously, I need to Google this. So I Googled it and it just sort of said platform 2 and I was like, okay, but which fucking train do I get from platform 2 to get back? I can see that I need to get more than one train and I don't know what I'm doing. I don't understand any of it. I don't feel like it's giving me like actual clarity into where I need to go, what I need to do. And it all overwhelmed me to the point where my brain just fucking turns off. And I just sat outside the train station for like a good little while and then got a fucking Uber home as well. And again, I'm incredibly fucking lucky to have really lovely friends. So one of my friends paid for me to get the Uber back. And I mean, the shop that I've just ordered wouldn't be happening if that hadn't happened. So like, fucking thank you. But I am both number one. I don't enjoy that my friends have to help me out monetarily so much. And I don't feel like I really have anything to give back in regards to that. And I number two, should have been able to spend £6 our fucking day pass for the bus. And that would have been it, 31 quid. I've got my ticket for my little foraging walk. I've gotten the bus. It should have been fine. But I just couldn't deal with it. Just suddenly couldn't deal with fucking anything. It sucks. It's one of those things where I'm not even like overly frustrated at myself. Like I quite often get comments from people that tell me to be kind to myself. And I appreciate it. I'm not going to say anything mean because I absolutely know that does come with the best of intentions. And often you're probably right. But there's also a lot of situations in which like I am being kind to myself. Otis is playing. I am being kind to myself in a lot of ways. I'm looking after myself as much as I can. I am being quite actively kind to myself quite often actually. But it doesn't change that like I'm not pissed off at myself. I'm not pissed off at me not being able to do it. I'm pissed off at the fact that, like I didn't do it. I didn't get to do it. No, but it applies to my fucking bus and train journeys too, because I do genuinely enjoy them. I just have these moments where I can't do it. And like, I wanted to. You know, it's not that I'm getting down on myself and being like, oh, I can't do this and that. It's the fact of like, I wanted to, and it's fine that I didn't. But I wanted that experience. I wanted to do that thing. I wanted to be able to afford to get fucking takeout when I got home because I knew I'd be tired, but that was gone. Like, you know, there's just... there's only so much planning that I can fucking do for myself when things just change so quickly and I'm all of a sudden like, no, I actually can't do this thing that I'm normally completely fine with. And I don't love it. I don't love it. I do love my little oat man though. He cheers me up to no fucking end. Oh, he's so silly. So yeah, I should probably start rounding up now because I really don't have very much left to do, and then it's just the hanging bit like I don't show you guys. So I'd love if any of you wanted to give me any little life updates in the comments actually, because I say it like every time. The little group of you that watch these videos, like, I see yous. And obviously I know some of you guys don't comment because I've had a lot of like the one-time commenters that are normally just lurking, and I love that for you guys, don't get me wrong. But if anyone wants to give me a little update on like what your life's been like and what you've been up to, because like some of you I do know bits about, and I do remember, no, I haven't paired those up properly, I'd rather kill myself. But some of you I do know little bits and pieces about because you've said things like little bits and pieces about yourself, and a couple of you make your own videos that I do watch even though I don't comment on yours. But if anyone wanted to just give a little bit of what you've been up to, I would actually really deeply enjoy that. Obviously don't give anything that like gives away where you are, or like don't tell me anything you don't want to tell me, obviously. But if you have anything you do want to tell us about, any little achievements, any little fun times, anything you've been up to, any of it, I would really enjoy hearing it in the comments of this video. Where's my order at? They're still packing it. Right, yeah. So I'm gonna go and hang this up really quickly before I do. I have regulars that watch these videos, you know the spiel. My friend Seth's doing a GoFundMe so that her partner Shan can have adapted transport that actually meets their needs. It'll be linked down below. I'll come back to the spiel, I swear I will. I feel really mean every time I miss it out. I'm trying to help. It's just a lot of words, isn't it? So whoever you are, wherever you are, I hope you have a lovely morning, evening, day, afternoon, week, month, year, and I will see you again in a couple of days. Won't we, oh my little stink bomb?